Wrestling Church. It's an amazing day. As you see, I'm wearing my hoodie right now, my hooded sweatshirt, because this morning, it's not been that warm. Started out in the high 50s. It's about 62 according to my computer uh, um, screen temperature. And as you can tell, I'm a little horsey. Yeah, last Sunday I left church after church. It just my voice just kind of went downhill. I feel all right besides just the voice and a little groggy and fluid, but that's probably because of this weather. This weather just it's always fun when it goes from the 50s all the way then up to the 80s. So like this afternoon, you won't see me wearing this hooded sweatshirt because it's gonna be too warm. But hey, I want to invite you out tonight to our Wednesday evening fellowship time. It's our first and third of the month times, which means we gather for a food and fellowship. And tonight we're gonna hopefully, I think we're gonna have some chili, some chili with beans and chili with no beans soup or whatever you want to call it. And so hey, if you're coming, bring a dish to pass with you. Maybe your favorite snack, your favorite soda, or maybe your favorite friend. Maybe I wouldn't say that's a snack. I wouldn't bring them to snack on. No. But bring them. But we're excited about tonight, 6:30, just to hang out, to have food and fellowship. Our worship team will be practicing right before it, so they're going to be here, and we're going to be connecting, and we're still walking through 365 essentials together here, and we're going to look at how we choose humility. But before we do, I want to remind you tonight, 6:30, come on out, and then on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. here and online. We're here for you to connect and to build relationships. But we're going to talk about how we choose humility, and we're gonna be jumping into, as we see it, as we see here is the passage out of Ezekiel 28, verse 3, the second portion of that, not the beginning, but where it says, "And think no secret is hidden from you." Ezekiel, think nothing's hidden, right? He goes on we see that the king of Tyre was filled with pride and arrogancy. Ooh, we know people are filled with pride and arrogancy. He believed that God's kingdom wasn't his, but he believed his kingdom's riches were the result of his own wisdom and strength, not God's, his own, right? He was such a stark picture of a conceit that many believe Ezekiel 28 refers to the devil himself. Whoa! His vanity and his greed for material wealth and power motivated him to exploit nations around his kingdom, leading to God's proclamation of doom against Ezekiel. And that doom against Ezekiel, we read in Ezekiel 28, verses 11 through 19, where it says this. It says, "Then this further message came to me from the Lord, Son of man, sing this funeral song for the king of Tyre. Give him this message from the sovereign Lord. You were the model of perfection, full of wisdom and exquisite in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Your clothing was adorned with every precious stone, red carnel, pale green peridot, white moonstone, blue-green beryl, onyx, green jasper, blue lapis lazuli, turquoise, and emerald. All beautiful, crafted for you, right? All beautifully crafted for you and set in the finest gold. They were given to you on the day you were created. I ordained and anointed you as the mighty angelic guardian. You had access to the holy mountain of God and walked among the stones of fire. You were blameless in all you did from the day you were created, right? Until the day evil was found in you. Your rich commerce led you to violence and you sinned. So I banished you in disgrace from the mountain of God. I expelled you, O mighty guardian, from your place among the stones of fire. Your heart was filled with pride because of all your beauty. Your wisdom was corrupt by your love of splendor. So I threw you to the ground and I exposed you to the curious gaze of kings. You defiled your sanctuaries with your many sins and your dishonest trade. So I brought fire out of from you within you, and it consumed you. I reduced you to ash on the ground in the sight of all who were watching. All who knew you are appalled at your fate. All knew you are appalled at your fate. You came to a terrible end, and you will exist no more. Wow. I mean, that's a lot. That's a sermon in itself when you read that, right? But one of the Bible's overreaching messages that God hates human pride and that he will deal. He hates human pride and he'll deal firmly with those who refuse to humble themselves. Wow. That means you're not safe. Okay. He doesn't want to deal with your pride and he doesn't want to deal with your ignorance to understanding the scriptures. And the passage of the scriptures was filled with accounts of people who allowed sinful egotism to destroy him. Like, he didn't want that egotistical people to destroy him because it's coming. The wrath is going to come, right? That's why it works, right? Pride goes before destruction and haughty spirit before a fall, right? Proverbs 16:18, right? Again, Proverbs 16:18 talks about that, right? Pride becomes before the fall. But I love how NIV says it. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. But the message has a wonderful, hopeful opposition, though, right? The message has a hopeful opposition, and it's summarized perfectly in the writings of the Apostle James. What the scripture says here, it says, "Humble yourself before the Lord, and I will lift you up." So we got one passage: pride comes before the fall. Then you got the next, in James 4:10 talks about how humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up. See, the king of Tyre had the opportunity to humble himself. He had the opportunity to humble himself and to put God in his rightful place in his heart. He had the opportunity to put God in the rightful place in his heart. He chose instead to exalt himself, leading to his fall. Likewise, God calls each and every one of us to humble ourselves. To humble ourselves, not to walk in pride and arrogance, but to humble ourselves and allow him to lift us up in his time. Oh, we have to choose humility. We have to humble ourselves, not be arrogant and rude. We need to humbly walk in a newness, in a way. So, hey, I hope you invite somebody tonight, tomorrow, next week. I don't know. Just invite somebody to come to church. Invite somebody to walk with you. Choose humility over arrogancy. Because Ezekiel talked about no secret is hidden from you. Hey, be blessed today.